They said Atlantis was a paradise built by gods, a city of shining white temples, golden bridges, and perfect rings of land and sea. People lived with knowledge beyond their time, using hidden energies of the earth that we still can't understand today. And then, in a single night, it vanished beneath the ocean. But what if Atlantis wasn't just a myth? What if history buried the truth on purpose? Plato, one of the greatest philosophers who ever lived, wrote about Atlantis with shocking detail. He said the story came from ancient Egyptian priests who remembered events from thousands of years before even their own time. They described a massive island beyond the Pillars of Heracles, today's Strait of Gibraltar, a civilization blessed with technology, architecture, and astronomy far more advanced than their neighbors. These people, the Atlanteans, built their capital in perfect circles, a sacred center surrounded by two rings of water, all connected by bridges. Everything reflected a balance between humans and nature, knowledge and power, peace and strength. But power can corrupt faster than wisdom grows. As Atlantis expanded, pride replaced harmony. Kings who once served the gods now believed they had become gods. So the earth struck back, or the ocean rose, or the sky fell. Plato wrote that in one night, Atlantis disappeared into the depths of the sea, destroyed not by enemies, but by its own arrogance. For centuries, people called it fiction, a warning, a lesson. Yet the more we uncover from the ancient world, the more the line between legend and history begins to fade. The Minoan civilization on Crete left behind advanced palaces with plumbing, canals, and colorful artwork. They worshipped the sea, traded across continents, and lived in a peaceful island empire, until a volcano on Santorini exploded with the force of hundreds of nuclear bombs. Tsunamis erased their cities, earthquakes shattered their temples. In just a moment of time, a brilliant world was gone, just like Atlantis. But the Minoans aren't the only match. Deep beneath the sands of the Sahara lies a giant circular formation called the Eye of the Sahara. Perfect rings, once surrounded by rivers. Satellite scans show lost channels, ancient structures, and traces of a forgotten landscape that used to be green and full of life. Could sand have buried what the sea once swallowed elsewhere? Could Atlantis be right there, hiding in plain sight? Then there's the story of the ancient flood. Nearly every culture on Earth remembers a world drowned by water. Noah's Ark, the Epic of Gilgamesh, flood myths in India, China, the Americas, they all say the same thing. Oceans rose suddenly, wiping out entire civilizations. Not one city, not one country. A global reset. Around 9600 BC, the exact date Plato gave for Atlantis, destruction. Sea levels rose more than 100 meters as the Ice Age melted. Coastlines vanished forever. If Atlantis sat near the sea, its ruins are now deep underwater where humans rarely explore. But the strangest discovery came from Turkey, a place called Göbekli Tepe. Stone temples older than writing, older than farming, older than every civilization we thought was first. It proves that humans had advanced knowledge long before history books allow. If they built temples like that, what else did they build? What else did we lose? Every year, divers find new clues. Strange walls off the coast of Spain, sunken roads near the Caribbean, underwater pyramids in Japan, even geometric patterns hidden under the ice in Antarctica. Science tries to explain them away. Governments stay silent, but explorers refuse to stop looking. Because maybe Atlantis wasn't one place at all. Maybe it was a memory shared by survivors, people who watch the ocean rise and take their world. A warning passed down through time so we would never forget what nature could do. But we did forget. And maybe that's exactly why Plato tried to save the story. Atlantis is not a fantasy. It's a reminder, a mirror, a question that forces us to look at ourselves. We build towers higher than mountains, drill into the earth, rewrite coastlines, and act like the rules no longer apply to us. We think we are too powerful to fall, too smart to fail, too modern to disappear. But the ocean is patient. Plato said Atlantis was destroyed because its people lost their humility. When knowledge stopped serving humanity and humanity started serving power, disaster came. If everything we have can vanish in one night, would we know before it was too late? Would anyone warn us? And if they did, would we listen? Perhaps the greatest secret of Atlantis isn't where it was, but why it's still being hidden. Because if humanity remembered that we once fell, we'd have to admit it could happen again. And the truth no empire wants to face is that all empires fall, even ours. So next time you look at the ocean, remember this. Somewhere beneath those dark waves, the past is waiting. Waiting for us to learn, waiting for us to change, waiting for us to listen before history repeats itself. Maybe Atlantis didn't disappear. Maybe it's just asleep, waiting for the day we're ready to hear its warning. And if we ignore it, the sea will rise again. And this time, we won't be the ones telling the story.